India is one of the very few countries in the world which has set up a marine archaeology center for excavating sunken ships and submerged ports.
Beneath the dark waters of the Arabian Sea, scientists discovered a lost underwater city that many believed only existed in ancient legends. Massive stone walls, broken pillars, hidden streets, and mysterious ruins were found deep below the surface, shocking archaeologists around the world. The underwater city of Dwarka appears far too advanced for its time, raising questions nobody can fully answer. Some believe it was once a powerful golden city connected to Lord Krishna, while others think nature created the strange formations. As divers continue exploring the ruins, the mystery only grows bigger. Could this impossible underwater city rewrite everything we know about ancient history? The lost underwater mystery of Dwarka. The ancient city of Dwarka carries a story filled with mystery, beauty, spirituality, and remarkable history. For many years, people believed it was only part of mythology, a legendary place spoken about in ancient stories. But discoveries beneath the sea have caused many researchers, historians, and divers to look at Dwarka in a completely different way. Hidden under the waters near the coast of India lies a world that continues to surprise everyone who studies it. During the Ice Age, experts believe that nearly 27 million square kilometers of land that once stood above water are now deep beneath the oceans. As sea levels slowly rose over thousands of years, many ancient settlements disappeared underwater. Dwarka may have been one of those lost cities. The city was believed to stand near the meeting point of the Gomati River and the Arabian Sea. This location gave Dwarka a strong advantage. Water surrounded much of the city, either as a peninsula or as a chain of islands. Because of this, it became naturally protected from enemies and invaders. Any attacking force would have struggled to reach the city easily. Water has always played an important role in human civilization. Ancient communities were usually built close to rivers, lakes, or seas because water provided transportation, trade, fishing, and survival. But as water levels changed over time, some cities slowly vanished beneath the surface. Researchers believe this may explain why parts of Dwarka now rest underwater. Many divers who explored the waters near the coast of India described the experience as unforgettable. Underwater explorers reported seeing strange formations, statues, pillars, and stone structures hidden beneath the sea. Tamil fishermen and local divers had spoken for years about unusual objects underwater, long before major studies began in the area. Their stories helped attract more attention to the mystery. The Gomati River was more than just a beautiful feature beside the city. It was a lifeline for the people of Dwarka. It supported daily life, trade, transportation, and communication with other parts of the ancient world. The city's position near the Arabian Sea also helped it grow into an important center for maritime trade. Ships could travel easily to distant regions, bringing goods, culture, and connections from faraway lands. Ancient descriptions of Dwarka speak of a city built with extraordinary skill and planning. Its streets were carefully organized, showing signs of advanced urban design. The city also reportedly had a highly developed drainage system, something very impressive for such an ancient period. Residential areas, commercial centers, and administrative sections were divided in an orderly manner, revealing a deep understanding of city management. This level of planning shows that Dwarka was not a simple settlement. It appeared to be a city built with intelligence, structure, and long-term vision. The people who designed it understood engineering, organization, and protection. Every part of the city seemed carefully arranged for both beauty and function. The defensive structures of Dwarka were equally impressive. The city reportedly contained strong walls, gates, and fortifications designed to regulate movement and protect the population. These features were not only beautiful pieces of architecture, but also part of a smart defensive strategy. Together, they turned Dwarka into a powerful and secure city that could resist outside threats. As underwater studies continued, scientists and geologists examined many of the stone structures discovered beneath the sea. Some experts believe the formations are evidence of an ancient human-made city. Others argue that natural geological forces may have created the patterns over time. Geologists explain that the region naturally forms regular joint patterns in sandstone. When these rocks are shaped by marine erosion, they can begin to resemble walls, streets, or carefully cut stone blocks. Waves, pressure, and natural movement under the sea can sometimes create shapes that look surprisingly man-made. Chemical analysis of stone samples showed that many of the rocks matched local Deccan Trap basalt and tertiary limestone commonly found along the Gujarat coastline. This discovery supports both sides of the debate. The stones may have been collected and arranged by ancient builders, or they may simply be natural formations shaped over centuries by the environment. Researchers also studied core samples from the underwater site. Some scientists noticed layering patterns that looked similar to deliberate construction methods used in ancient architecture. Others believed these layers could have formed naturally through sedimentary processes over long periods of time. One of the most debated discoveries involves what appears to be mortar between stone blocks. Some researchers see this as evidence that humans carefully joined the stones together during construction. However, others argue that calcium carbonate deposits can naturally form in marine environments and create a similar appearance. Underwater photographs added even more mystery to the discussion. Images revealed formations with straight lines, sharp edges, right angles, and parallel arrangements. To many people, these patterns seemed too organized to be entirely natural. The structures looked similar to walls, pathways, and foundations found in ancient cities. Still, nature itself can sometimes create remarkably regular designs. Geological activity and erosion along rock joints may produce shapes that appear planned even when no human activity is involved. Because of this, the mystery surrounding Dwarka remains open to interpretation. Some of the underwater blocks appear to contain mortise and tenon joints, a highly advanced construction method used to connect stones or wooden structures together. If these features were truly created by human hands, they would demonstrate an impressive level of engineering knowledge for the ancient builders of the city. What makes these underwater discoveries even more fascinating is their state of preservation. The sea has protected many materials that might have been destroyed long ago on land. Organic remains that would normally decay over time can sometimes survive underwater conditions for much longer periods. Divers who explored the underwater site often described the experience as magical. Swimming among stone pillars, statues, and massive formations gave them the feeling of entering another world hidden beneath the ocean. For many explorers, the idea of diving through the remains of a possible ancient city felt almost unreal. The mystery of Dwarka continues to attract historians, archaeologists, scientists, and curious travelers from around the world. Some believe it proves that ancient civilizations possessed far greater knowledge and engineering skill than many people once imagined. Others remain cautious, believing nature itself can create structures that appear surprisingly human. No matter which theory people support, Dwarka remains one of the most fascinating underwater mysteries ever discovered. The city represents a blend of mythology, history, engineering, and natural wonder. It stands as a reminder that many secrets from the ancient world may still be hidden beneath the oceans, waiting to be uncovered. But how was this city discovered? How did the world unlock its mysteries? Let's find out. The Survey of the Lost City. Deep under the waters near the coast of Dwarka, in Gujarat, India, lies one of the most fascinating mysteries in ancient history. For many years, stories about the legendary city of Dwarka were treated as myths told through old Hindu scriptures. But underwater discoveries made by archaeologists have slowly changed the way many people see this ancient place. Beneath the Arabian Sea, researchers uncovered signs of a forgotten civilization that may have existed thousands of years ago. The search for Dwarka's hidden secrets began almost 100 years ago near Bet Dwarka, an island located about 30 kilometers north of present-day Dwarka. Early excavations started during the 1930s as archaeologists searched for evidence connected to the ancient city. Those first efforts did not reveal much, and for many years the mystery remained unsolved. More excavations took place during the 1960s, but the biggest breakthrough came in 1979. The Archaeological Survey of India discovered ancient pottery believed to date back to the 2nd millennium before Christ. This discovery became extremely important because it hinted that a very old civilization once existed in the region. As research continued, archaeologists uncovered even more evidence between 1983 and 1990. They found remains of what appeared to be fortified foundations near the river area. These structures suggested the existence of ancient city walls built to protect the settlement from outside threats. The discoveries revealed signs of a well-planned and organized city. Over 500 ancient objects were recovered during the excavations. Researchers found pottery, pillars, stone blocks, and parts of irrigation systems. These discoveries helped establish a cultural history that stretched across nearly 2,000 years. Although experts still debate the exact age of some underwater structures, many agree that the findings point toward a highly developed civilization. According to Dr. Rajiv Nigam, underwater exploration near Dwarka began around the famous Dwarkadhish temple. The temple area became a major focus for archaeological studies because researchers believed the surrounding waters could hold important clues connected to the ancient city described in historical writings. One of the most important people involved in the underwater investigations was Dr. S.R. Rao, a respected Indian archaeologist. He led major marine surveys and underwater studies in the region. His work brought worldwide attention to the mystery hidden beneath the sea near Dwarka. Dr. Rao believed that the evidence gathered from both land and underwater excavations supported the existence of an ancient city-state around 1500 before Christ. He also believed many underwater structures matched descriptions found in the Mahabharata, one of India's oldest Sanskrit texts. At the same time, Dr. Rao remained careful about predicting the exact period connected to the Mahabharata itself. He explained that there may still be deeper layers hidden beneath the sea floor, buried under sediment, or destroyed over time. Even so, he admitted that several underwater formations closely resembled structures described in ancient literature. Scientific studies suggest that Dwarka may have sunk beneath the sea around 3,500 years ago because of rising sea levels and environmental changes. If true, this would explain why so much of the city now lies underwater. One of the most exciting discoveries made during underwater excavations was the large number of anchors found on the seafloor. These anchors suggest that Dwarka once served as an important port city connected to maritime trade. Historians believe ships may have traveled between India and Arabic regions through this ancient port for centuries. The name Dwarka itself adds more mystery to the story. In Sanskrit, the word means portal or door. Many researchers believe this name reflects the city's role as an important gateway for sea trade and communication with distant civilizations. As interest in the discoveries continued to grow, archaeologists prepared for more underwater explorations. Their goal became clearer with every expedition. They hoped to uncover the hidden foundations of Dwarka's ancient walls and reveal more details about the city buried beneath the sea for thousands of years. The underwater discoveries shocked many researchers. Divers uncovered stone foundations, pillars, walls, steps, and large structural remains spread across the sea floor. Many experts believe these structures belonged to the legendary city of Dwarka, described in ancient Hindu scriptures. The architecture found underwater suggests advanced engineering and construction skills. The city appears to have been carefully designed with organized planning and strong infrastructure. These discoveries hint at a civilization that understood architecture and city development far better than many people expected from such an ancient period. The Marine Archaeology Unit of India's National Institute of Oceanography carried out important underwater excavations between 1983 and 1990 around Dwarka and Bet Dwarka. Their work became one of the most important marine archaeological projects ever conducted in India. The investigation started after local fishermen reported strange discoveries in their fishing nets. They repeatedly found stone blocks and broken pottery while working in the sea. These reports immediately attracted the attention of archaeologists and researchers. The Marine Archaeology Unit team, led by S.R. Rao, launched a careful study of the seafloor around Dwarka. They used advanced technology, including side-scan sonar, underwater photography, diving explorations, and detailed mapping systems to examine the underwater region. Modern technology helped researchers create a clearer image of the hidden city beneath the sea. Archaeologists documented structures located at depths between 6 and 40 meters below sea level. Large stone blocks were found spread across nearly 50 square kilometers of the Arabian Sea floor. Some of these blocks weighed several tons and appeared to be arranged in organized patterns instead of random natural formations. One of the biggest breakthroughs came when researchers discovered structures aligned in clear geometric patterns. These formations looked similar to foundations built by human hands. Underwater photographs captured walls, pillars, stairways, and stone structures that seemed to belong to a once thriving city. Every new discovery added more excitement to the growing mystery surrounding Dwarka. The hidden riches of Dwarka. The underwater ruins near Dwarka continue to reveal the story of a civilization that was far more advanced than many people once believed. Archaeologists exploring both the seabed and nearby land areas have uncovered countless artifacts that paint the picture of a wealthy, organized, and culturally rich society. Every discovery adds another piece to the mystery of the ancient city hidden beneath the Arabian Sea. Among the most remarkable findings are the remains of carefully planned streets and a highly developed drainage system. These discoveries show that the people of Dwarka understood urban planning at a very high level. The city appears to have been built with order, cleanliness, and the well-being of its citizens in mind. Such advanced infrastructure suggests that the society valued environmental health and proper city management long before many other ancient civilizations developed similar systems. Researchers also uncovered a wide variety of materials and objects that point toward a busy center of trade and cultural exchange. Dwarka was likely connected to other civilizations through maritime routes, allowing goods, ideas, and traditions to flow in and out of the city. This constant interaction helped create a lively and dynamic society filled with economic strength and cultural openness. Many different types of pottery were found during the excavations. Large storage jars and amphora were discovered beneath the sea and on land near Dwarka. These massive ceramic containers were likely used for storing grain, oil, or water. Their presence suggests that the city maintained organized food storage and trade systems. Archaeologists also found cooking pottery that showed signs of exposure to fire. These smaller vessels were most likely used in homes for preparing daily meals. Such discoveries offer a rare glimpse into the everyday lives of the people who once lived in the city. Decorated ceramics added even more beauty to the discoveries. Some pottery fragments featured painted designs and geometric patterns, showing that the people of Dwarka appreciated art and craftsmanship. The careful decoration of ordinary objects reflects a society that valued creativity and beauty in daily life. Small miniature vessels were also uncovered during the excavations. Researchers believe these tiny ceramic objects may have been connected to rituals or religious activities. Their discovery hints at the spiritual traditions that may have played an important role in the city's culture. The stone blocks found underwater provide some of the strongest evidence of human activity. Many of these stones clearly show signs of being shaped and modified by human hands. Their smooth surfaces and organized placement suggest careful construction techniques rather than random natural formations. One of the most fascinating parts of the discoveries comes from radiocarbon dating. Scientific testing of some artifacts and structural remains places them in the second millennium before Christ. This timeline closely matches traditional beliefs and ancient texts connected to Lord Krishna and the legendary city of Dwarka. These findings have become extremely important because they help connect mythology with possible historical reality. For many people, the discoveries offer physical evidence that ancient stories about Dwarka may have been inspired by a real city that once existed along the coast of India. The archaeological evidence also helps historians better understand the development of urban settlements in ancient India. The discoveries reveal information about trade systems, social organization, engineering skills, and cultural life during that period. But what was the true story behind this city? How did it come to be? Let's dive. Lord Krishna's city. Dwarka holds a very special place in Hindu mythology and the ancient history of India. For thousands of years, stories about this legendary city have been passed down through generations. Its story is filled with mystery, beauty, faith, and wonder. More than just an ancient settlement, Dwarka is remembered as a divine city connected to Lord Krishna, one of the most respected and beloved figures in Hinduism. According to ancient Hindu texts, like the Mahabharata and the Bhagavata Purana, Lord Krishna created Dwarka after deciding to protect his people from constant danger and attacks. Krishna wanted a safe and peaceful place where his people could live without fear. He carefully chose a location on the western coast of India because it offered strong natural protection and access to important sea routes. The location of Dwarka was not selected by chance. Krishna understood the importance of geography and security. The city was surrounded by water and positioned near the Arabian Sea, making it difficult for enemies to attack. At the same time, the sea provided opportunities for trade, travel, and communication with distant lands. Dwarka became both a fortress and a thriving center of life. According to traditional beliefs, the ancient city was built on land given by Samudra, the ocean god. Stories say that Krishna requested 12 yojans of land from the sea to create the city. The ocean god agreed and allowed the land to rise from the waters. Before Krishna arrived, the area was known as Kushasthali. Later, Krishna renamed it Dwaravati, which eventually became known as Dwarka. The city quickly became famous for its beauty, wealth, and spiritual importance. Ancient descriptions often called Dwarka the Golden City because of its richness and magnificent appearance. Many people believe the city was built with the help of divine architects who created stunning buildings, grand streets, and beautiful palaces unlike anything seen before. Krishna's presence made Dwarka even more important. People from distant regions traveled to the city to seek blessings and experience its sacred atmosphere. Pilgrims visited the city from faraway lands, and this tradition has continued through the centuries. Even today, Dwarka remains one of the most important pilgrimage sites for followers of Krishna. At the center of modern Dwarka stands the famous Dwarkadish Temple. Many devotees believe the temple was built over the location of Krishna's original palace. Every year, millions of visitors travel there to pray and feel connected to the ancient stories linked to the city. The temple continues to preserve traditions and rituals that keep the memory of Dwarka alive. The beauty of Dwarka was not limited to religion alone. The city was also known for its architectural splendor and advanced planning. Its streets, buildings, and defenses reflected intelligence and creativity. The city blended spiritual meaning with practical design, creating a place that symbolized both divine protection and human ingenuity. The sea routes connected to Dwarka played a major role in its prosperity. Ships traveled through the Arabian Sea, carrying goods, culture, and ideas between regions. Because of its location, the city became an important center for trade and communication. This brought wealth and growth to the people living there. However, the story of Dwarka also carries sadness and mystery. According to ancient beliefs, the city disappeared beneath the sea shortly after Lord Krishna left the earthly world. His departure marked the end of the Dvapara Yuga and the beginning of Kali Yuga, often called the Age of Kali or Kalyug. Traditional stories say that once Krishna departed, the sea slowly swallowed Dwarka. The magnificent city that once stood proudly along the coast vanished beneath the waters of the Arabian Sea. For many believers, this event became one of the most emotional parts of Dwarka's story. Scholars and historians continue to debate the meaning of this submergence. Some believe the sinking of Dwarka truly happened as described in ancient texts. Others think the story may be symbolic rather than literal. There are also researchers who suggest that natural disasters and coastal erosion could explain how parts of the ancient port city ended up underwater over time. Since Dwarka was located close to the sea, changing water levels and coastal activity may have slowly damaged the city through the centuries. Powerful waves, flooding, and erosion could have gradually pulled sections of the settlement beneath the ocean. Even with these debates, the mystery surrounding Dwarka continues to fascinate people around the world. Archaeological discoveries beneath the sea have added even more excitement to the story. Underwater explorations have revealed stone structures, walls, pillars, and other remains that many believe may belong to the ancient city described in Hindu scriptures. For believers, these discoveries strengthen the connection between mythology and history. For historians and archaeologists, they offer valuable clues about ancient civilizations that once existed along India's western coast. The mystery behind its submersion. The story of Dwarka continues to capture the imagination of millions around the world. Filled with beauty, wealth, mystery, and spirituality, the ancient city remains one of the most fascinating legends in Indian history and Hindu mythology. Its grand buildings, shining palaces, and mysterious disappearance beneath the sea have turned Dwarka into a symbol of wonder and reverence that has lasted for thousands of years. Ancient scriptures often described Dwarka as the City of Gold. This title did not simply refer to the use of gold in the city's architecture. It also represented a time of great prosperity, intelligence, and cultural greatness. Dwarka was believed to be a city unlike any other, filled with magnificent structures decorated with gold and precious stones. Its beauty reflected the power and success of the civilization that once flourished there. The city was said to contain grand palaces, beautiful public spaces, massive fortifications, and impressive temples. Every part of Dwarka was believed to display extraordinary craftsmanship and advanced planning. Ancient stories describe a place where wealth and architectural brilliance existed together in perfect harmony. The glory of Dwarka extended far beyond material riches. The city was admired for its sophisticated design and careful organization. According to Hindu mythology, the city was designed by Vishwakarma, the divine architect known for creating heavenly structures. Lord Krishna is believed to have commissioned Vishwakarma to build a city that would protect his people and provide them with peace, beauty, and prosperity. Vishwakarma's vision for Dwarka was said to be extraordinary. The city was carefully divided into separate sections for homes, marketplaces, temples, and public buildings. This organized layout allowed the city to function smoothly and efficiently. Each area served its own purpose without interfering with another, creating balance and order throughout the city. The residential sections of Dwarka were designed for both safety and comfort. Ancient descriptions suggest that homes were built with beauty and accessibility in mind. The people of Dwarka were believed to live in surroundings that were peaceful, attractive, and connected with nature. The city reflected not only wealth, but also wisdom in planning and design. Marketplaces in Dwarka likely served as busy centers of trade and communication. Because the city stood near important sea routes, merchants from different regions may have traveled there carrying goods, ideas, and traditions. This made Dwarka not only a powerful city, but also a lively cultural center connected to distant civilizations. The temples and public buildings added spiritual and social importance to the city. Dwarka was deeply connected to Lord Krishna, and many people traveled from faraway places to visit the sacred city. Pilgrims came seeking blessings and spiritual peace, helping Dwarka become one of the most respected places in Hindu tradition. Yet, despite all its beauty and greatness, the most unforgettable part of Dwarka's story is its mysterious submergence beneath the sea. According to legend, the city disappeared shortly after Lord Krishna left the earthly world. His departure marked the end of an important age in Hindu belief and the beginning of Kali Yuga, often called the Age of Kali. Ancient stories describe the sea suddenly rising and flooding the city. Water rushed through the streets and covered the magnificent buildings one after another. Within a short time, the glorious city disappeared beneath the ocean, leaving behind only memories and legends. For centuries, people viewed this event as a powerful spiritual story. The sinking of Dwarka symbolized the temporary nature of earthly wealth and power. No matter how rich or beautiful a city may become, change eventually comes to everything. This deeper meaning continues to make the story of Dwarka emotionally powerful for many believers. At the same time, the mystery surrounding the city's disappearance has also attracted historians, archaeologists, and researchers. Modern underwater explorations near present-day Dwarka have uncovered submerged structures beneath the Arabian Sea. Stone walls, pillars, foundations, and other remains have been discovered underwater, giving possible support to the ancient legends. These findings have created great excitement because they offer a possible connection between mythology and historical reality. Researchers believe the remains may belong to an important settlement that gradually disappeared because of environmental changes, rising sea levels, or coastal subsidence. Some experts suggest that the land itself slowly sank over time, rather than the sea suddenly rising. Since the area is located along the coast, natural geological activity and coastal erosion may have caused parts of the city to slip beneath the water over many centuries. The discoveries underwater have added a new layer of fascination to the story of Dwarka. What was once considered only mythology now appears connected to real archaeological evidence hidden beneath the sea. Today, the idea of the underwater city has become an important part of the pilgrimage experience in Dwarka. Many devotees believe the submerged ruins remain protected by divine forces beneath the ocean. Some even believe the hidden city may one day rise again. Modern visitors often take boat trips near the underwater sites, hoping to feel closer to the legendary city. Local priests and guides continue sharing stories that connect the visible temples above water with the mysterious ruins below the sea. These traditions keep the ancient legend alive for new generations. The famous Dwarkadhish temple remains one of the most sacred places connected to Lord Krishna. Millions of pilgrims visit every year to pray and experience the spiritual atmosphere linked to the ancient city. The temple stands as a living reminder of Dwarka's lasting importance in Hindu belief and Indian history. The story of Dwarka continues to inspire wonder because it combines mythology, history, spirituality, and mystery into one unforgettable tale. It reminds people of humanity's achievements, the beauty of ancient civilizations, and the fragile nature of even the greatest cities. Hidden beneath the waters of the Arabian Sea, the lost city of Dwarka still whispers stories from a distant past. Whether viewed as legend, history, or a blend of both, its mystery continues to fascinate the world and keep the memory of the Golden City alive through the ages. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.